Hi, I'm Melissa. Before I dive into this crazy story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss this wild ride. So here's a bit about me. I'm a 38-year-old single mom working hard as a pargal to give my daughter Rachel the best life possible. It's been just the two of us since my ex Tom decided that fatherhood wasn't for him when Rachel was 5. Fast forward to now, Allison 17, and the light of my life. She's smart, kind, and beautiful inside and out. When Rachel told me about prom, I was over the moon. Mom Tyler asked me to prom, she squealed after school one day. I hugged her tight and said, "That's amazing, sweetie. We need to find you the perfect dress." Little did I know that dress would cause more drawing than I ever imagined. You see, there's a catch to our little family. My ex-mother-in-law David and my ex-sister-in-law Tara are still in our lives. Don't ask me why, it's complicated. Let's just say they're about as pleasant as a root canal without anesthesia. When Rachel mentioned prom at our monthly family dinner, you should have seen their faces. David pursed her lips. "Prom, isn't that a bit frivolous?" Tara chimed in. "Yeah, should you be focusing on college applications?" I bit my tongue, but Rachel, bless her heart, stood her ground. "I can do both." Aunt Tara unexcited about prom. The tension was thicker than David's infamous meatloaf. Later, while dressed shopping, Rachel found this gorgeous blue gown that made her eyes sparkle. "Mom, it's perfect," she gushed. I checked the price tag and wised. It was steep, but seeing Rachel's face, I knew it was worth it. "You're going to be the belle of the ball, sweetie," I said, swiping my credit card. We showed David and Tara the dress. Their reactions were interesting. David sniffed. "It's a bit revealing, don't you think?" Tara added, "And that color, it's not really your best." Rachel, I saw Rachel's face fall and felt my blood boil. "I think she looks beautiful," I said firmly. Over the next few weeks, Rachel was all about prom prep. She and her friends were constantly chatting about corsages, limos, and after parties, but every time David or Tara were around, they'd make these little digs. "You're not wearing heels, are you? You'll tower over poor Tyler," Tara would say, or David would chime in with, "I hope you're not planning on staying out too late." It's not like I tried to shield Rachel from their negativity, but I could see it was getting to her. The night before prom, Rachel was a bundle of nerves and excitement. We were doing last-minute prep. Nails, hair, the works. "Mom, what if something goes wrong?" Rachel fretted. I squeezed her hand. "Nothing's going to go wrong. Tomorrow's going to be perfect." As I hung up Rachel's dress, making sure it was wrinkle-free for tomorrow, I had no idea of the storm that was about to hit. Sometimes the people you think you can trust are the ones you should watch out for the most. I had to run to the store for some last-minute items: hairspray, bobby pins, you know the drill. David and Tara offered to come over and help Rachel with some final preparations. "That's a nice of you," I said, surprised by their sudden enthusiasm. As I left, I saw them heading upstairs with Allison. I should have trusted my gut feeling that something was off, but I pushed it aside, wanting to believe they were finally coming around. Little did I know that decision would lead to a night I'd never forget, and not in a good way. I rushed back from the store, excited to surprise Rachel with her favorite snacks for our prom prep night. As I pulled into the driveway, David and Tara's cars were still there. Weird, I thought they'd be gone by now. I quietly entered the house, hearing hushed voices, and was that the sound of scissors? My heart started racing as I crept up the stairs. Nothing could have prepared me for what I saw when I pushed open Rachel's bedroom door. There in the middle of the room stood David and Tara, scissors in hand, surrounded by blue fabric scraps. My daughter's beautiful prom dress lay in ruins on the bed. "What the hell Are you doing? I screamed, dropping the shopping bags. David and Tara whirled around, faces pale. Melissa, we were just, Tara stammered. Just what? Destroying my daughter's dress. Have you lost your minds? I was shaking with rage. David stepped forward, chin raised defiantly. We're doing what's best for Rachel. That dress was inappropriate. It's a prom dress, not a stripper outfit. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Tara chimed in. We were just trying to protect her reputation. You wouldn't understand. Suddenly memories flooded back, the snide comments about my parenting, the accidental spills on Rachel's favorite clothes, the times they'd conveniently forgotten to pick her up from school. It all made sense now. You've always been jealous, I realize aloud. You can't stand to see Allison happy. David scoffed. Don't be ridiculous. We love Rachel. Love. This isn't love, this is control and manipulation. I shot back. Just then I heard a gasp from the doorway. Rachel stood there, eyes wide with horror as she took in the scene. My dress, she whispered, tears welling up. I rushed to her side, pulling her into a hug. Oh sweetie, I'm so sorry. Rachel broke down, sobbing. Why would they do this, Grandma? Aunt Tara, how could you? David had the audacity to look offended. We were trying to help, dear. That dress was much too revealing. Get out, I growled, my voice low and dangerous. Get out of my house right now. Tara tried to protest, but we were just out, I roared, pointing to the door. As they scurried out, I turned my attention back to Rachel, who was still crying. What am I going to do, Mom? Prom's tomorrow and my dress is ruined. I held her tight, my mind racing. How was I going to fix this? The dress shots would all be closed by now. We'll figure something out, sweetie, I promise, I said, trying to sound more confident than I felt as I comforted my heartbroken daughter. I knew one thing for certain: David and Tara weren't going to get away with this. They'd finally gone too far, and it was time they faced the consequences of their actions. But first thing first, I had a prom dress to magically produce in less than 24 hours. Talk about a mother's worst nightmare. As Rachel finally drifted off to sleep, exhausted from crying, I sat at the kitchen table, my mind racing. This wasn't just about a ruined dress anymore, it was about years of manipulation and cruelty. I picked up my phone and dialed Tom, my ex. We need to talk, it's about Rachel. 30 minutes later, Tom was at my door looking concerned. What's going on, Melissa? I filled him in on everything, and his face grew darker with each word. I can't believe my own mother and sister would do this, he said, shaking his head. Believe it, and it's not just this. Remember when Rachel didn't get invited to Tara's kids' birthday parties, or when David accidentally spilled wine on her graduation dress? Tom's eyes widened. You think those were intentional? I know they were, and we're going to prove it. We spent the next few hours calling friends and family, piecing together a pattern of David and Tara's behavior. The stories came pouring in. My friend Lisa chimed in. Remember when Barbara told everyone Rachel cheated on that math test? I knew that wasn't true. Tom's cousin Tom added, Tara once told me Rachel was spreading rumors about my daughter. I should have known better than to believe her. By morning we had a list of incidents spanning years. It was time to call in the big guns. I reached out to my old college roommate Sarah, who was now a shot lawyer. Sarah, I need your help. We met at a cafe where I laid out everything we'd uncovered. Sarah whistled low. This is some serious stuff, Melissa. We're talking harassment, defamation, maybe even destruction of property with the dress incident. What can we do? I asked. Well, legally we could pursue charges, but given its family, there might be a better way to handle this. That's when the idea hit me. The annual family reunion was coming up in 2 weeks. Everyone would be there. Sarah, what if we expose them in front of the whole family? A slow smile spread across Sarah's face. Now that's an idea I can get behind. Let's plan this out over the next few days while helping Rachel prepare for prom. Thank God for 24-hour Taylor and my emergency credit card. We put our plan into motion. We gather photos, screenshots of texts, and even security camera footage from my house showing David and Tara with the destroyed dress. Tom reached out to extended family members, subtly ensuring everyone would attend the reunion. Lisa helped us create a slideshow of evidence. While Tom offered to be our tech guy at the reunion, we need to make sure they can't wiggle out of this, I said during one of our planning sessions. Sarah nodded. I've drafted a statement detailing their actions. We'll distribute it to everyone after the presentation. As the day approached, I felt a mix of nervousness and determination. David and Tara had no idea what was coming. The night before the reunion, Rachel asked, "Mom, are you sure about this? It seems intense." I hugged her tight. "Sweetie, sometimes you have to stand up to bullies even when they're family, especially when they're family. When they family," Tom chimed in. "Your mom's right, kiddo. What they did to you is not okay, and it's time everyone knew the truth." Rachel nodded slowly. "Okay, I trust you guys." As I laid out my outfit for the union, I took a deep breath. Tomorrow everything would change. David and Tara thought they could manipulate and hurt us without consequences. They were about to learn just how wrong they were. "Ready for tomorrow?" Tom asked as he was leaving. I nodded, a determined glint in my eye. "More than ready. It's time to end this once and for all. Let the show begin." The day of the family reunion arrived and my stomach was in knots. Listen, Tom and I arrived early to set up our little presentation. With Tom's help, as family members started trickling in, I could see David and Tara all smiles and hugs like nothing had happened. The sight made my blood boil. Once everyone had arrived, I stood up and cleared my throat. "Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. There's something important we need to discuss." David looked confused. "Melissa, dear, what's this about?" I took a deep breath. "It's about the years of manipulation, lies, and cruelty that you and Tara have inflicted on Rachel and our family." The room went dead silent. Tom hit the lights and our slideshow began. "Last week, David and Tara destroyed Rachel's prom dress," I said as the security footage played. Gasps filled the room. We went through incident after incident. They birthday party snubs, the ruined clothes, the vicious rumors. With each revelation, I could see the shock and disgust growing on everyone's faces. Tara jumped up. "This is ridiculous. We've never done anything to hurt Rachel." But her protest fell flat as more family members started speaking up. Cousin Rachel chimed in. "So that's why you told me Rachel couldn't make it to my wedding? You said she was sick," Uncle Steve added. "And the time you said Rachel was talking bad about my son, that was a lie too." David and Tara's faces were pale, their eyes darting around the room looking for allies. They found none. Sarah stepped forward, her lawyer moded in full swing. "What you've done constitutes harassment and defamation, not to mention the destruction of property. We have grounds for legal action." David scoffed. "You wouldn't dare. We're family." I locked eyes with her. "Family doesn't do what you've done. You've left us no choice." The fallout was immediate. Other family members started sharing their own stories of David and Tara's manipulations. It was like a dam had broken. In the end, we didn't need to press charges. The family decided on their own to keep David and Tara out. No more invitations, no more contact. Rachel's prom night was a triumph in her new dress, even more beautiful than the first. She was radiant. "Mom," she said as she was leaving, "thank you for everything." I hugged her tight, fighting back tears. "Always, sweetie, I'll always have your back." Later that night, as I reflected on everything that had happened, I Realized something important: standing up to toxic people, even family, isn't easy, but it's necessary for ourselves and for the people we love. And that's the end of Melissa and Rachel's story. Now I've got a question for you. Was Melissa justified in exposing David and Tara's behavior to the entire family, or should she have handled the situation more privately? Is public confrontation ever the right approach when dealing with toxic family members? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could help others facing similar family conflicts. If this story resonated with you,